I'm fine.
Then I will get started. So let's get started with our 22nd session on sourcing from Stack Overflow. So this is the Google Doc where we share all the notes and the recording link. Scrolling down. This is direct and indirect sourcing from Stack Overflow. So it's pretty easy. I don't think like we'll take much time today for Stack Overflow direct and indirect sourcing. Give me a moment.
I can't see your screen. Is it already shared?
Give me a moment. I'm getting call. I'll share it. Give me a moment.
Oh, no problem.
Can you see now?
Yeah, sure.
You can see my screen, right?
Yes, Shiv.
Oh, yes.
So let's go for Stack Overflow. So we have two things. One is stackoverflow.com, then stackoverflow.co/talent. If you want to post a job, then you'll have to go to stackoverflow.co /talent, and then try to get in touch with their customer success or their sales team. They'll be able to assist you. I did use this paid postings while I was hiring for IBM Labs. Quite interesting profiles that you'll get to see from the paid postings. In case if you have an opportunity to explore from your organization, just try suggesting, but this is quite expensive. But otherwise, going to stackoverflow.com. Yeah, once we come to stackoverflow.com, I'm kind of a logged in. So I end up in this particular kind of page where I can actually post questions, or I can tag is nothing but the kind of technologies that we are working. Then we can just go to users and try searching for the users. But we don't really have any option which is kind of a Boolean friendly here. So something like search with the tag Java. Okay, so we get all the stuffs related to Java. And once I click on Java, so it's not at all a Boolean friendly, or it's not that we'll be able to see. Okay, no answer. So it's just kind of a Stack Overflow. First of all, what is Stack Overflow? Let's start over there. Any idea what is Stack Overflow? So like GitHub, we know it's basically
it's a question and answer community.
Huh?
It's all about questions and answers, just like we have it Quora for non-specific.
Absolutely.
We have here specific related to technology.
Absolutely. The way we have a Quora, which is kind of a question and answer site for every individual from various different fields. Similarly, Stack Overflow is again a question and answer site only for the developers. Okay, so they share a code. They give a comments on the existing code. They give suggestions on the existing code. They commits or they edit the codes. So it's like again, I would not say GitHub, but it's more of a discussion platform, while it gives an opportunity to share the particular codes as well. So that's basically a Stack Overflow, and that is where the largest population of techies is on a Stack Overflow. More than the GitHub, the population is on a Stack Overflow. Sometimes you see this memes also. what will happen if the Stack Overflow is down for a day? Will the developer would be able to survive? So 99% of developers not really sure if they will be able to survive with that Stack Overflow. And that's the reason like Stack Overflow is so important. And that's where we will be able to see millions of users comparable to any other platform, comparable to GitHub, comparable to LinkedIn. Stack Overflow has a massive data when it comes to a developer specifically. LinkedIn may have a massive data of about some 6 or 7 billion odd number, but that includes everyone, tech, non-tech, HR, everyone. But when we specifically talk about specific developers data, then that's something Stack Overflow holds it. So that's where like it's important for us to understand how to go about searching on a Stack Overflow. First thing, we do not really have any direct method to search on a Stack Overflow. Let's see some custom create some custom search filters. Okay, so that option is giving me something like all questions, ask some questions. So tagged with watch tags or following tags, sort by newest, recent activity, highest score, most frequent. So I don't see anything in these filters also about where I can see the list of users with the list of locations or list of countries or list of cities. I don't see anything like that. So direct search on a stack is basically not really possible. But let's try to see in case if we can end up in some of the indirect searches. So here we open a couple of profiles. So these are again, as soon as we start searching for Java. Okay.
We should create a login ID. Yeah.
You can sign up with Google and you can create. Either you can sign up with Google or manual process. You can use your email ID and create a password. You'll be able to create that. Or you can sign up with a GitHub as well. So let's say now we search for Java. Here it shows products, Stack Overflow for teams, Stack Overflow jobs, Stack Overflow for talent, for hiring, for recruiters and all. Then for advertising, reach developers and technologies worldwide, recruit tech talent and build your employer brand, program related jobs, anything like that. So let's say we are on our products, and then as soon as we search for Java, so it started showing all the Java related questions like 18 lakh, no, not 18 lakhs. Okay, 18,34,882 questions so far asked. So just 3 minutes ago, someone asked a question on a Java trying to remove stop word and extracting Stanford NLP entities without affecting it, been trying to remove stop word. So we'll be able to see only the questions. Let's say if we click on users. So we get the users like this, but let's say, do we now get the location? New user, reputation, voter, filter user by. So here single username we might enter. Otherwise, let's see in case if location works here. So as soon as we type Bangalore, so people whose username, there's a Bangalore in their username, those users will be able to see, but not really sure if they're from Bangalore. So Tech Bangalore, Software Developer Bangalore, various things. Andy Bangalore. Otherwise, if I click on jobs, yeah, jobs. Okay. Otherwise, tech. If we are seeing jobs, then we'll be able to see some jobs from various companies. Browse all jobs. So jobs we are able to browse, but we are not able to browse users. So user maybe just by name we'll be able to browse. Now let's see if we are browsing for Java. So we have a list of username whose name is, means Java is there in their username, and that's how they are coming. But otherwise, we don't see any option which is giving us to search with a list of users with person working in specific technology from a specific location. So for that, to overcome that problem, there were developers who has created some of the repositories. So let me just share those with you. Earlier also, I just shared that thing. So recruiter flow, data.StackExchange. So this is the one. There was one more. Data. Top users by country. This is top users by country. By city. So Somadip De, he has coded on an AllStackExchange, which is again open for recruiters, open for, basically this is an open source. I'll just keep it in the doc. Tags in skills. All right. So this is the query. What we need to do, just click on this query. This is one of the query built by Somadip. So what we need to say, like, okay, tag name, Java, location, let's say Chennai, and then run a query. In case if you're not logged in, so if you see, I'm logged into the Stack Overflow, but not a StackExchange. StackExchange is again marketplace for various Stack Overflow exchanges. Let's see, I'll just show you. Sorry guys, I have a bad throat. So I'm not a robot, run a query. So it's still fetching. Meanwhile, data dot StackExchange. Okay, so this is StackExchange Data Explorer, which is again a forum of forums. Like if I say Stack Overflow is one of a forum for developers. So similarly, there are some other forums like mathematics, super user, Stack Overflow, Ask Ubuntu, Server Fault, Unix, Linux. Again, all these are again a part of a stack only. So overall, StackExchange is again a forum of forums. So whatever the results we might get, we will get the results from all these forums. So again, data.stackexchange.com/blender/query. So whichever topic you open, something like IT security, if you click on, then this would be data.stackexchange.com/security. So that's an additional folder. So it's not just searching Stack Overflow. So if I click on Stack Overflow, then data.stackexchange.com/Stack Overflow/queries. So again, Stack Exchange is again a marketplace from all these various forums. So Stack Overflow is one of a marketplace, but if we go to data.stackexchange, we'll come across there are a number of marketplaces, number of forums basically. All right, now let's come back here. Here. Okay, so we ran that search Java and then location name Chennai, run a query, and then we got some of the results. So here if you see, we can see their full name, their user links, and then how top are they in the contributions, then their reputations, and then their display names, location, and then their scores. So let's see. Okay, so this is the profile. Person has number of reputations raised and number of questions the person asked and the number of questions the person answered and how is rating overall, top 4% overall. So let's see if we go for profile. So first we end up in profile stackoverflow.com/user, some numeric number /username. Then we have a profile and we have an activity. Earlier, we used to have one more column here. Other than activity, we had something called detailed information. We will be able to see where the person is working and everything, something like a complete profile. But that thing is gone. But let's see in some other profiles if you're able to see. Here also only profile or activity. Here also profile or activity. Developer story, that is, yeah, here we can see the developer story. So now let's see if we click on developer story. So we got this, the name and then the title, then location, additional links from GitHub or Twitter links, last active on Stack Overflow 30 days ago, then what kind of editors or what kind of technologies the person want to work with, where the person is currently working, proficient, and when did the person join Stack Overflow. So if we say stackoverflow.com user /story /numeric some numeric number. So I'll just take a pause. Let's say, how do you go about sourcing on Stack Overflow? Is there any method that we can direct source on Stack Overflow the way we do on a GitHub? Answer is definitely a no. The reason because we don't really have any functionality or any filters which will help us to list down the list of users with the people working on that specific technology and people from that specific location. So if we're trying to do such kind of a search directly on a Stack Overflow platform, then we don't really have it. So to do that, what do we have to do is like, we have a couple of repositories created by some of the engineers. Like this is the repository. We just click on this. All right, then tag name, which are the skills you want, something like C++, and only one skill, you can't enter multiple skills. And then location, let's say Bangalore. So run query. So someone who has joined for the first time, for their information, these are the sessions on a free version of a Zoom. And every 40 minutes, we get disconnected. So please relog in using the same login details again. Okay, now we get the list of results. Now from this list, let's open a couple of profiles. And the list is massive. It's a proper headhunting. It's a proper passive sourcing. You don't really have a way to do a what we say mass mail or anything. But just in case, if you're working in a kind of a companies where the duplication is an issue, or if you're working for a kind of a client where you get a lot of duplicates, then this could be one of the best way to search, because people existing over here, I would say, are very passive. Then we can also download this as a CSV file. Shri, you can off your video. So yeah, here we have a CSV file. This is how we'll be able to see the data flow. Otherwise, we can also use a data miner, create a recipe, and scrape a data. User link here in the CSV file is not clickable. This is here a developer story. Here again, developer story. Here also we have developer story. Here we don't have. For some profiles, it's there. For some profiles, it's not there. Based on, just in case, if they wanted to mention, they'll mention. So yeah, I'll just take a pause. Any questions on how to go about Stack Overflow search?
But no mail ID mentioned, right?
No mail ID. It's purely a passive. We have to again go behind their names, explore some additional links if they have it. Something like over here, member since, then profile for Navin on StackExchange for a networking community. Let's see activity. Let's see developer story. Okay, here we have a developer story. So Navin, software architect at Philips. Maybe you can do this name search. Just copy it. Okay, so just select it, name and their title, whatever they mention. And then we end up with something like this. So we had a limited results, person working at Philips since 2011. So let's see. Yeah, person working at Philips since 2011. Now, if you see in LinkedIn, it's a complete raw profile. I would say I call these profiles as a skeleton profiles. We don't really have any details on these profiles. Your competitors or my competitors or our competitors might have reached this candidate or might not. But if I just go to his stack profile, we could see I want to work with profile activity, reputation, 71,000, 9.2 million reached, answered questions. So asked 102 questions and there were like 800 plus answers the person has given. Gold batches 44, silver batches 171, bronze batches 229, number of batches, that too in a C++, not even a Java. So based on these batches, based on this reputations, we can definitely make it out how good or bad the developer can be. Activity and then developer story. Similarly, let's go to another profile. User Mohit Jain, software engineer at Google Cloud. Let's say developer story. Mohit Jain, software engineer at Google Cloud. Engineering manager. Since when the person is working. So imagination, software engineering manager at imagination. HCL. Bloomridge on mobile. Where are we this? Not really sure. Maybe whose past companies HCL and current companies Google Cloud. It's purely headhunting. It's purely a passive sourcing, I would say. So Mohit Jain, software engineer. IMAGINATION. Imagination. HCL. Yeah, here it is. So just take some of the mix and matches of those things. So someone who has worked at HCL, Imagination, and now at Google Cloud. So that kind of a proper headhunting will have to do. Similarly, let's go for a couple of more profiles. So Saurav Sahu, activity, developer story. Saurav Sahu, chief engineer at Samsung. We'll just do this. So when did the person join Samsung? No much information. So based on the text what he has mentioned and based on the text what you have mentioned, we can connect the dots and we can reach out to the appropriate profile. Now let's say you find a profile which is existing on Stack Overflow, but you have done such kind of a search, but you're not able to find their LinkedIn profile. There is a possibility that you'll be able to find their other profiles, maybe a link to other profiles. There used to be profiles, network profiles here. You can click on network profile. If you might be able to see some additional links to their personal blog or personal, what we say, GitHub links and all everything. Here, anyways, we do not have it. So as I mentioned, Stack Overflow is purely a, what we say, a proper headhunting, a proper passive sourcing. One by one is where we need to go behind. So I'll just take a pause. Any questions on how to arrive at this particular link, and then what is tags for Stack Overflow and how to search? Direct search in Stack Overflow for users, we don't really have an option. We can't search for users on Stack Overflow based on the kind of a technology they are working and based on the location they are from. So to arrive at that thing, we need this particular repository, which I pasted here in this. You just click on this particular link. It will end up here. This person has created this repository, and then you just do Java location Delhi, run a query. Let's see if we come here, home questions and queries. Sorry, home queries and users. Let's click here. So again, if you see here, it's taking me to this particular page where again, I do not have any option or any operators or any filters where, let's say, location colon. Will it work the way we use in GitHub? No, it doesn't. Active or all users? No. Let's see. Tag. So if we put tag, we are getting a list of users who has TAG in their username, but not like this. Let's search for tag something like this. Something like this. Okay, type of user tag TAG. It's not there in the username, but yeah, we got some results created. Okay, let's see. So in that,
Zoom in. Shiv.
huh?
Slightly zoom in.
So for tag, we just give tag. Or will I give Java? Or else let's say Java and do this. Okay, we have list of Java Bangalore. So is it working? Not working? I don't see these people, but let's see some. Let's try some Indian names and try to see in case if they are from Bangalore. Bangalore, no location, Philippines, Turkey. Nope, it's not pulling up the right results, though we tried giving them in such format, but not really sure what it's understanding this format.
We use double quotes.
No, no. There is no functionality where we can search, do a direct search the way we do on a GitHub, that we can do a direct search on a stack or a stack exchange to identify this list of users from the various locations. So though I'm logged in, now if we go, we still do not have any options. Compose a query. No. Otherwise, we can click on a compose a query. We end up here. So whatever the query this person has written, let's take this query. And then there used to be one code. I saved it somewhere. I need to check. Let me just check. Mhm. Let me check. Yeah, it is here. So again, what we have done is we visited data.StackExchange. Then here we clicked on compose a query. Then now we have this query here. Let's see, this was an old code. Let's see if this is still working. So this is the code from here. So here it's a Hyderabad or India, more than 100, tag name, Python. Let's take this, come to this thing, paste it here, and then run a query. So this is the manual. This was the code actually, but otherwise using the similar technique, these developers has built what we say, some repository. Even I got this code from someone else. Okay, now here we have a list of profiles. Now in this, let's say download CSV.
Shiv, can we change those keywords like India, Python? Can we change that? Any location for any?
We can change that. Location and keyword we can change. So here we have taken Bangalore or Hyderabad, sorry, India or Hyderabad. So we are getting from all over the locations.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
So in this, now we have a profile URL, additional websites. If they have something, it's still working. Fantastic. Some Google search results, if we have to search them on a Google or Google Plus, or if you have to search them directly on a GitHub, or if you want to search them on LinkedIn or on Twitter. So maybe, yeah, this might be a better version of it. So Anubhava. Is no longer. So it's just a kind of a query which will directly go to the github.com and start searching users with the particular usernames. Okay, now as you asked, can we change that? So Google Plus, GitHub, LinkedIn, Twitter, or let's say